guys, my name is Marta, welcome to my channel, and today I am going to be doing one of my favorite videos to watch this time of the year, and it is the mid-year freakout attack that everyone's been doing lately, and I of course had to join in and do myself. But before we start, I have to say that I am so sorry for the very boring background. I am in the process of reorganizing my shelves, so most of them are empty, and these are the only decent ones I can stand in front of. Please bear with this for this video. Now let's get to the questions. The first question is, what's the best book you've read so far in 2021? I couldn't just answer this question with one book, so I chose 3, but each of them is different from the other in a way. The first one is a play, and it is Los Habló by Maurice Maeterlinck Inc., translated to English as The Bluebird. It is a play that I had to read from uni, and it tells the story of these 2 kids who one night get transported to this fairy tale-esque land, and they have to find this bluebird that will make a little girl that's sick healthy again, or something like that. It is a very gorgeous, deep and beautifully written play that I really recommend. It is full of symbols because the author was a playwright from the symbolism movement, so all the symbols are very fun to analyze. And yeah, I really like it when I read it, and I am looking forward to rereading it in the future. Second book I chose to answer this question is non-fiction in a way, and it is Letters to a Young Poet by Rainer Maria Rilke, and I read this for the Dark Academics readathon but couldn't finish it then, so I finished it in June. And it is, as most of you know, the collection of letters that Rilke sent to this young aspiring writer that was a fan of his work, and Rilke reflects a lot on writing, on life, and on a lot of different things that you, before reading it, don't even know you want to hear, but when you read it, you realize that you needed that in your life. This is an absolutely beautiful piece of literature that I think anyone can love and relate to in any point of their life. And the other book I picked is a fiction work, and it is Norwegian Wood by Haruki Murakami. This book I read for the Murakami readathon, and I absolutely adored as much as I expected to. In Norwegian Wood, Murakami tells the story of friendship and love that a guy remembers when he is descending in an airport in Germany. It tells the story of these young people living in pain and going through life, and it's just a very beautiful, deep story that makes you cry, that makes you smile, that makes you feel every single feeling. And it's also a great point to start reading Murakami, so if you wanted to read him for a while but don't know where to start, I think Norwegian Wood is a good starting point as well. One question is, best sequel you've read so far in 2021, and I do not read this anymore, so I don't have any books to answer this question with, so I will just skip it. Third question is, a new release that you haven't read but want to, and I don't think I've read any new release of this year yet, so everything that I was expecting to come out I am still looking forward to read, but to mention 2, I will say The Maidens by Alex Michaelindes. I'm so sorry if I mispronounced the name, but this is a dark academia thriller book that recently came out and that it's been getting a lot of hype. I am expecting to read it in July or August because it's the Tea Leaves Book Club pick for those months. So yeah, I am super excited to get to that one. And the other one that I'm gonna mention is one that I have right behind me, and it is The Circus of Wonders by Elizabeth McNeill. This is a circus story set in the Victorian era that sounds like it's going to be fantastic, and I love circus stories, so I am pretty sure I'm going to really enjoy this one. The fourth question is, what's the most anticipated release for the second half of the year? And for this question I also have 2 answers. The first one is All's Well by Mona Awad. I haven't read Bunny by her, but I think that book will become a favorite when I read it. And All's Well is, as well, a dark academia novel, this one inspired by Shakespeare plays, and it sounds really exciting. I am pretty sure it's going to be weird, and I love weird, so I am super excited for that one. And the other one that is coming out that I am very excited for is The Women of Troy. This one is by the author who wrote The Silence of the Girls, a book that I haven't read yet but that I really hope I can get to really soon. And this one is also a Greek myth retelling. This one tells the story of the women that appear in the Iliad after the Trojan War ends. I believe it follows Helene. I don't know how are you supposed to pronounce the name in English. I am so sorry, but yeah, that one. The fifth question is biggest disappointment, and for this question I have to answer with The Furies by Katie Lowy, a Dark Academia book that I read for the Dark Academics in January, and it was a mess. It started so well. It started being a very atmospheric book full of pretty sentences, of pretty ambience that made you feel like it was going to be a great book, but the story continued in a crazy way. It looks like the author didn't know what to write and made the story turn into a mess. And yeah, I didn't really enjoy it. It was very messy, the witchy elements were all over the place, and it's a book that I don't really recommend. The sixth question is biggest surprise, and for this one I'm going with El Peón by Paco Cerdá. This is a book that I read for my university's book club, and that really made me realize that I do like non-fiction. This book tells the story of both Arturo Pomar, a Spanish chess prodigy, and Bobby Fischer, an American chess prodigy, and it uses the metaphor of one time that these two chess prodigies played against each other to talk about many people who sacrifice themselves for the sake of their country. It's a very beautifully written non-fiction work that reads like fiction. It makes you feel a lot, it made me cry a lot, and yeah, it made me realize that I can like non-fiction, and since then I've been given a chance to that genre. The seventh question is its favorite new author, and for this question I have to go with my very beloved George Sand. I read her book Indiana for my French literature course this second semester, and I fell in love with her writing and with her as a person. She was such an inspiring woman. I am really amazed by her. So yeah, I have to go, of course, with George Sand. And also Rilke, because I read Letters to a Young Poet, and that book hit, and I am looking forward to reading more from him, especially his poetry. The next question is new favorite character, and I am going to go with La Verfagia from The Count of Monte Cristo. Character only shows up at the beginning of the novel, and it's a prisoner who tells Dantes how to escape from prison, but he's so smart and such an admirable person that I absolutely adore him. I wish we got to see more from him, and yeah, I think he is my favorite character I met from all the books I've read so far. Next question is a book that made you cry, and I am a big crier while reading. I cried with many books that I have already mentioned. I cried with Rilke's Letters, I also cried with El Peón, I also cried with The Bluebird, and I also cried with Norwegian Wood. I cried with I Think Everything, and of course I cried with War and Peace. So yeah, with all of those, with many more, I am a big crier while reading. I can just choose one book to answer this question with. Next question is a book that made you happy, and I can't go with anything else than Replenished by Colette. I read this for my university's book club, and this book was the absolute cutest. It follows two characters who have been friends since they were kids and have met every summer since, and they are now growing up and realizing that they have feelings for each other. So they are at this weird age where they don't know how to feel, they don't know how to act, and it is really cute, really sweet, really funny, and such a good summer read. So if you want to pick up anything fun and cozy for the summer, go pick up that book, because I bet you will laugh and you will also feel a lot, because the writing is absolutely beautiful. Next question is the most beautiful book you bought so far in the year, and I am repeating myself but with this one, but The Circus of Wonders by Elizabeth McNeill. I mean, look at these edges. They are absolutely gorgeous, and I think it's also pretty on the inside, and yeah, I have to go with this one because it's just the prettiest book and probably one of the prettiest books I own as well. Last question is, what books are you hoping to get to before the year's over? And a lot, honestly. I want to read so many things before the year's over. Of course, I want to read some big classics. I am really looking forward to reading A Suitable Boy in July and August. Also rereading Anna Karenina for the Dickens vs. Tolstoy. I am also very looking forward to reading The Secret History somewhere in the fall. Also, I really want to read Les Mis this summer because I promised my French teacher I would do so, and I don't want to break the promise, and probably a lot more that I am forgetting. But yeah, I am super excited for all the books that I own that I haven't read yet. I am very in the mood for all of them, and yeah, I am super excited with my reading journey this year, and I hope it continues this way for the rest of my life, to be honest. That was all for today. Comment down below what is your favorite book or what are your favorite books you've read so far in the year. And also subscribe to my channel if you want to see more from me. Give this video a like if you enjoyed it, and I hope your day is going amazing, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!